So I'm here with the monkey god himself, Jared Brooks, fighting on One Championship Reloaded on the 22nd. His opponent, I can't pronounce his name. He's a good fighter, though. I've looked up tape on him and stuff. He's a tough guy. So, yeah, Jared, thanks for joining me, man. How are you doing?
Oh, good, brother. Yeah, I can't wait to get in that circle with Bokong, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Man, so for fans who don't know you, you've been literally fought for almost every major promotion: Pancrase, the UFC, Bellator, Rising, and now One Championship. Only thing you're missing in the Infinity promotions is PFL, probably.
I wish I had my weight class.
Yeah, all right. So for those who don't know you, though, man, how did you first get involved into fighting and mixed martial arts?
Yeah, my dad, he pretty much, like my whole family, we're a bunch of fighters, man. My dad, my uncle, my great uncle, all state champs from Indiana wrestling, and they were just down to scrap in the streets, man. And they pretty much, paved the way for me to go in and do what I do now. But my dad is really big into the UFC. He's always been big into the UFC, the old Shudo fights, Pride, stuff like that. So I grew up watching it, and just like kids watch Stone Cold Steve Austin. I was watching Boss Rutan. I was watching Kevin Randleman, and all of those guys.
All the old OGs, and you got into it. It's funny, like you're starting to see less and less of those people starting mixed martial artist careers, because I mean they're getting older, and it's like now it's turning into the Randy Couture and Chuck Liddell's and all those that are starting to get it. But those are the OGs, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the Vanderlei Silvas when he was fighting in the netted rings.
Oh, those were some violent days. I miss it, man. I do.
I do too.
So you were a victim, I think, of the UFC's flyweight grappling purge.
Yes.
Okay, so I have this theory, and I haven't had it corroborated by anybody, but like, you remember when TJ was fighting for the title against Cejudo, and they're like, we're going to cut flyweights, and they started cutting people left and right. You, Shorty Torres, a whole bunch of guys. They were all grapplers.
Yeah, pretty much.
They kept the strikers and signed a whole bunch of strikers like Brennan Royval, Kai Car France was signed. Brendan Marino, they let go and they signed him back. Do you think it was we want a stand-up division with less wrestling because the fans think it's boring?
Yeah, and that just comes down to, the fans not knowing mixed martial arts enough. You know what I'm saying? You get when you look at the OG days, the people that were running the UFC were the Midwest wrestlers. And yeah, I guess, as far as promotional wise, people wanted to switch it up, and I get where they're coming from, but you gotta give people a chance at the end of the day to really hone their skills and be the fighters that they were meant to be. My theory personally is that it was just the reason why it was boring is because we had so many good fighters inside of the flyweight division, and everything was so close. So everything, if you get two good wrestlers, you know what I'm saying? Like in the NCAA finals, it's going to be a 2-1 match.
Right.
And it's going to go into triple overtime, stuff like that. And, in wrestling, that's actually, stuff that people like to see because they know wrestling. But, but at the end of the day, I think they kind of, and no disrespect to any of the flyweights that are in there, but they kind of watered it down, in my personal opinion. They watered it down for somebody like Davis and Figueiredo, somebody that I beat, in my opinion.
I was about to go to that.
And he's knocking people out left and right. And now it comes down to Brandon Moreno, which he wasn't even in the top 10, when all of us flyweights were in there. And I wouldn't say it's necessarily just a striking thing either, because they cut people like Justin Scoggins as well.
Yeah, you're right.
Justin is one of the best strikers in flyweight history. So,
right.
And he was getting subbed every now and then, but in my personal opinion, I think that they just wanted to water it down a little bit and let the guys that were not being able to show their stuff and just putting it out there. But I don't really care at this point. I'm more looking into one, because I feel like that's the future of mixed martial arts. The UFC is actually copying one, and a lot of things. They're copying the fan bonuses.
That's one championship stuff.
Yeah, 100%. And as I think that they're going to be doing, like mixed promotional stuff here in the next few years too, like
5 years,
kickboxer versus MMA kind of deal, because everybody's watched MMA, at the end of the day. So one is striding and making its way into being the best promotion in the world.
So I was going to get to that. You brought up Davison Figueiredo, who's the UFC's flyweight champ. You and him went tooth and nail. I had it a draw. And I know there wasn't really a 10-8 round in there, but I was like, man, I can't pick this. I'm going to give somebody a 10-10 somewhere. But you and Figgy went tooth and nail. It was an incredibly close fight. The talent compared from the UFC and one, because you fought a whole bunch of the flyweights in the UFC. How even is the talent there? It's not. I'm feeling like the UFC's talent gap is slowly. It's slowly not lowering, but other people are catching up. Would you say it's the same thing?
Well, it's hard to say when you water down a division and you got two even fighters that the higher echelon guys would make mincemeat. When you have those two guys, let's just say if you go to a regular promotion like a WXC here in Michigan, a local promotion, right, you're going to see some good fights, but they're not quality fighters. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to come from somewhere. Don't get me wrong. But I see fights that I'm just like, oh shit, these guys are really good. And then when they get to those upper promotions and they go against people that are, top 10 caliber, then they're getting exposed. So I feel like that's UFC and what they're trying to do right now. And that's why, champs like Alexander Volkanovski, he can't get beat. You know what I'm saying?
No.
The dude isn't getting beat. And I promise you, our 45-pound champion, Lay, that guy can definitely beat any 45-pounder in the UFC.
Okay, so I think Alexander Volkanovski is the best fighter in the world right now, number one. But Tan Lee, he's from down the road from where I live. He lives about 45 minutes from my house. And I talked to him before that fight, so I found out. I was like, "Whoa, you're from Metairie, cool." And I didn't know he trains with Ryan Hall. I'm like, wait, Ryan Hall's in Louisiana frequently? How do I go train with this guy?
Good old LA boys, man. I love Danger. Matt Schnell. Matt Schnell's my dog.
Fun. He's fun too, man. I forgot he was from Louisiana too.
Yeah.
Oh man, but you bring up Tan Lee. That's an interesting fight because he's on the feet. He's a creature, bro. Like, he's scary good. He's got that Taekwondo background. Man, you make me want to see that fight now, okay? You might have changed my mind a little bit.
Exactly. And you got somebody like Gary Tonin, one of the best submission grapplers, in 145, going against Tan Lee, and Tan did him dirty, that's for sure.
Beat his head through the canvas. It was brutal, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man. So let's talk about your fight, man. What's preparation like in one championship for you with the hydration tests and stuff? How does that change how you traditionally approach a weight cut and a camp and things like that?
Well, it's perfect for me because I don't cut weight in the first place. I'm like 123 pounds sopping wet. So it's not bad.
That's not too bad at all. So preparation is just your thing. It's what you do. Would you compete at atom weight if one championship had that?
No,
No. You
just
like the
because
weight?
it's
You like
like
the no weight cut?
it isn't even that either, bro. It's like atom weight. I'm good with that, man. I'm already at 125 pounds, and I'm I'm already good. I like going up in weight, to be honest, because
Yeah.
it the average American spectator, like in Asia, people love that stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But the average American spectator is probably like 160 pounds, 5'9", and he thinks that he can beat my ass. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, oh, these little midgets. I don't want to fight these. I don't want to see these little midgets fight when I could already beat their asses. They want to see the guys that think that they could get their ass beat by them, and those are the big stout guys. But you go into the gym with me, it's a different story, man. But
Jiu-jitsu don't work on me, bro. Once I see red, it's
yeah, that's pretty much
oh my
the
god.
American style. And no disrespect to American fans, but that's the way I felt when I was in the UFC. When they were just everybody was talking like cut these midgets and stuff like that.
I got another theory about the flyweights too. And it's really about divisions with long reigning champions. I think another part of it was that it got boring with Demetrius at the top. And I don't say that with disrespect because he put on some spectacular fights. Like his last one, the Ray Borg finish was incredible. But people like drama in divisions. If you look at like GSP, Anderson Silva, John Jones, all those long reigning champions, people like, oh, the division's weak. They're starting to say that with Izzy now. They're starting to say that with these long reigning champions like and with Bibiano, they started to say that too. And Lineker's the one who kind of came in there and mixed things up. I feel like that's kind of part of it too, is like they want to see drama. They want to see the belt change hands, which I mean stinks because you're watching greatness, but at the same time, I kind of get it too.
Yeah, 100%. And they want people to have flash. They want people to build up fights. Izzy does a great job of building up fights, and so do the other champions. But yeah, people want to see the next best thing. It's all about that.
Who can beat the who? So what can fans expect from you on April 22nd when you step into the ring at one championship again?
Same thing that they've been seeing, just total aggression and willpower and force just coming at you a million miles an hour. That's the way I like to do it. And luckily my opponent is a good dancer as well. So, let's do the tango.
What's your future goal? I know it's a title. It's got to be a title.
My future goal is to get to that point to where the UFC is at a standstill in the flyweight division and in the whole promotion, and one championship is growing so much to where we cross promote, and I fight Davison Figueiredo again, or the or the champion, or whoever it is, Brandon Moreno, Askar Askarov, all those guys. And yeah, just let me at him, and I'll show that I'm the best flyweight in the world.
I love it. And you really might be. You absolutely might be. Last question before I let you go. Demetrius Johnson and Rod Tang had a cross promotion match. If you could have any cross style match, like old school back in the days type match, if you could have any style of match you want, you can mix up, have as many rounds, whoever you want, alive or dead. Who is it going to be?
Ooh, that's a tough question because I want to fight a lot of people. I would say Demetrius Johnson, unlimited rounds until we're done.
There we go. That's the ultimate Vale Tudo type fights. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Jared, I appreciate you coming to speak with me, man. Where can everybody find you on social media?
Yeah, find me at _monkeygod on Instagram and Twitter. I just have a regular Facebook. I'm gonna go on to that logistic stuff of somebody just liking my stuff. But yeah, you guys can follow me on Facebook as well under Jared Brooks, and I'll make sure to follow you guys back.
Jared, I appreciate you, man. I will be pulling for you April 22nd. Take it easy, brother.
LA, baby.